Former Blue Peter presenter Simon Thomas has revealed his wife Gemma has died just 3 days after being diagnosed with acute myeloid leukemia. Thomas, now an anchor on Sky Sports, said he was crushed with indescribable pain following the death of his 40-year-old wife in hospital. Acute myeloid leukemia is a type of blood cancer that affects the bone marrow. Thomas, 44, wrote in an emotional post on Twitter, "Today I am crushed with indescribable pain. Just 3 days after falling ill with acute myeloid leukemia, my dear wife Gemma passed away yesterday evening surrounded by her family and friends. If you are a prayer, pray for my boy Ethan. 8 years, precious and in beds. Thank you." Ms. Thomas started feeling unwell last weekend and went to the doctor 3 times before later going to hospital. Speaking to the Mirror, Mr. Thomas told of the impact of his wife's death on their son Ethan, 8. He said he wants Playmobil and other gifts for Christmas, but most of all I want Mummy back, and I can't help him with that. Mr. Thomas said his wife's condition deteriorated rapidly within hours, and she was taken to the Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading. After tests, she was transferred to the Churchill Hospital in Oxford and begun chemotherapy on Tuesday night. He added, "For the first couple of days she was responding well, but yesterday morning she went downhill very quickly. She had bleeding on the brain. I was told yesterday morning she would be gone in a few hours." Norfolk-born Thomas joined Blue Peter in 1999, replacing Richard Bacon, and worked alongside the likes of Connie Huck, Matt Baker and Zoe Salmon during his 6 years on the BBC children's show. He left for Sky Sports in 2005 and has worked on a number of projects, most recently presenting live Premier League coverage for the channel. Acute myeloid leukemia is an aggressive and rare form of blood cancer. The symptoms of AML usually develop over a few weeks and become more severe. It affects some 2,600 people in Britain each year. Patients often complain of pale skin, tiredness, breathlessness and constant infections. Several celebrities, sports stars and football clubs expressed their sympathy for Mr. Thomas and his family. This Morning host Philip Schofield said, "I'm so deeply sorry to hear your heartbreaking news. Sending lots of love to you, your son and your family." Captain of the England women's football team Steph Houghton tweeted, "There are no words, Simon. Sending all my love to you and Ethan." Countdown's Rachel Riley wrote, "Oh Simon. Sending all my love to you and your family. Deepest sympathies." Former England rugby captain Lawrence Delaglio added, "Our thoughts and prayers are with you all." Acute myeloid leukemia is an aggressive and rare form of blood cancer. The symptoms of AML usually develop over a few weeks and become more severe. According to NHS Choices, the symptoms include unusual and frequent bleeding including the gums and nosebleeds. Acute myeloid leukemia is an aggressive and rare form of blood cancer. In advanced cases, patients are incredibly vulnerable to life-threatening infections and internal bleeding. If a GP suspects leukemia, they will arrange a blood test to determine blood cell production. In AML, stem cells within the patient's bone marrow produce too many immature white blood cells, which are not capable of fighting infection. This also can lead to a decrease in production of the oxygen-carrying red blood cells and platelets that help the blood to clot. Each year around 2,600 people in the UK are diagnosed with blood cancer. After diagnosis, patients need urgent chemotherapy due to the aggressive nature of the cancer. In some cases, radiotherapy may be needed along with the bone marrow or stem cell transplant.